Hi all, I'm Jessica with Houde School of Acting, and today we're going to talk Meisner. So I want to start with a Meisner quote, one of my favorites. It is, "Don't be an actor. Be a human being who works off what exists under imaginary circumstances." Right? So let me say that again. Don't be an actor. Be a human being who works off what exists under imaginary circumstances. So we have the imaginary circumstance, and then from there we have to have our point of view towards that circumstance, our point of view towards our partner, and then we work off what exists. We work off the moment. We allow this person to change us. We allow the circumstances to change us, right? So in a few moments, I'm going to have a couple of my students demonstrate the relationship stage of this technique. So they're going to come in, they have a relationship with each other. Out here, we should be able to tell who they are to each other, how they feel about each other, and then they're going to work off. And that's the goal with this stage, okay? So in a moment, I will go ahead and call them in. If you are interested in a free online class, please click the link below. All right, thanks. All right, Angela and Ruby, whenever you're ready.
Soap. Are you kidding? Sorry.
You're upset.
Yes, I'm upset.
You're upset.
Yeah, I'm upset. You're upset.
I am upset. I'm
You're
frustrated.
Upset. You're frustrated?
I am frustrated,
That's ridiculous.
Ruby.
You're angry. Well, that's ridiculous. I'm very frustrated.
Ruby, that's rude.
That's rude.
You're confused by that.
I'm confused by that. I think that's ridiculous.
You think that's ridiculous?
I'm frustrated with how we're speaking. This is frustrating.
I don't think you understand.
You are making me uncomfortable.
I'm making you uncomfortable.
You don't like that.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry. I appreciate that.
You appreciate that?
I do appreciate that.
Ruby, I'm worried.
You're worried.
Yes, I'm worried.
You're worried.
Yes.
That's frustrating.
That's frustrating.
That's frustrating.
You don't understand.
I don't
I feel
understand.
misunderstood.
You feel misunderstood.
I feel misunderstood.
You feel misunderstood. You feel like I'm misunderstanding you. That's hurtful.
Yes. You're surprised by that.
I am surprised by that. You look so upset.
I am upset.
You are upset.
Good. I want to stop it here. So you two stay. I'm going to make a quick direction change, and then we're going to go from there. So I think this is great. Angela, I want to have you head out there and let go of everything. You're holding on to the story a little bit right now. Right now, you are doing what's best for her. This is the right decision. You don't have to prove yourself to her. This is the right decision right now. You are her mom, and you know what's best. So instead of being all confused with everything, your point of view is, let's take one strong point of view. Let's try it this way and see how it goes. You're her mom. You've made the decision. You think it's best for her. She's walked away from you in the mid-conversation, and now here it is. You're coming back after her. Okay, let's try it again. Take a moment if you need to, and come in whenever you're ready.
I'm frustrated.
You're frustrated.
I'm frustrated. I feel exhausted and defeated. I'm frustrated with you.
I'm concerned.
You're concerned. I don't want to hear that. I'm frustrated. You're just
Ruby.
looking at me like you're... I'm frustrated.
You're frustrated.
Damn. Sorry.
Ruby. I don't think you understand.
I don't understand. You're talking down to me. You're talking down to me.
You're being rude.
I am being rude.
You're being
I'm
rude
being
and disrespectful.
rude. I'm being disrespectful.
Yes.
I'm being disrespectful. I'm owning that.
I'm at a loss for words.
You're at a loss for words.
I care about you.
You do care.
I care about you.
I know that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I'm worried.
You're worried. You're worried. This isn't comforting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ruby.
What? You want me to listen to you? What? Sorry. You just keep looking at me.
I know.
I don't want to be doing this right now.
Okay, great. Let's talk about it. So I would still make a few adjustments, but this is a work in progress. You know, these are not easy to do. And I feel like we out there on the other side of the camera, we're going to sit there and we're going to judge, well, she could have done this differently. She could have done this differently. Acting is not easy, guys. Acting is not easy. I can say that over and over and over again. Our goal is to come in with a strong point of view, but let it go and not let it get in our way of actually connecting with this person, but knowing how we feel about them. Because let's face it, in real life, we would know how we feel about our daughter. We would know that, but this isn't real life, right? So this isn't really her daughter. But we have to believe in that. We have to believe in the imaginary circumstance, like we talked about that quote before, right? There's a lot good in this. So what I want to talk about what they set up and what I would do to have them work on it again in class. Now, they set up that Angela is obviously Ruby's mom, and Ruby wants to go to NYU with her boyfriend. That's the goal. She really wants to study there, and Angela doesn't want her to go. She doesn't think that it's a smart decision for her. She wants her to go to Kent State, which is right by us. It'll be right by her, but she said more so she has real reasons why it makes more sense for her to not go to NYU. She feels strongly that she should not be going. And that's really the majority of what the relationship is about. Angela does not want her to go to NYU. She's stopping her from going, and Ruby is pissed off. She thinks that she should choose where she wants to go. And that's it. That's the scene. Right now, it is our job to justify how we feel about it. Why is Angela not letting her go? How does she emotionally feel about that, right? Now, again, this is all point of view. So if this was me in this, I probably would have, if my daughter, Essek, if I was telling her, Essek, this is the way it should go, and this is what mom thinks should happen, and she storms away and walks away, I'm going to be angry with her. That's my point of view. I'm going to be pissed off. Angela had a strong point of view. She felt sad. She felt hurt. She didn't want to hurt, Ruby. And that's great. That's her point of view. We all have a different point of view to every circumstance, and this is the first step, is finding your point of view. And I think her point of view was great. When I stopped it and had them go into the second time, we were connected a lot more. You notice that they actually communicated, and there was less me, my point of view, let me explain what's going on with me. Instead, it was, Ruby, I'm concerned. And we were really connecting on a deeper level. Now, what we could do, the next step, what I would have them do is drop all that stuff. I'm worried about you. I'm concerned. You don't understand. Because unless it's off her behavior, that's just story, right? I know that Angela's worried. You guys all know she's worried by her behavior. And this is the biggest challenge we have as actors, is that a lot of times we want to showcase everything and we want to just rely on the dialogue, but we don't trust that we have the behavior. And this is a perfect example, is Angela had that behavior. I could tell that she was worried. I knew she was worried. I could tell that she felt bad. She felt guilty. I could see all that. But we as actors sometimes don't feel like we are revealing it enough, so we want to push it. And we want to just rely on that dialogue instead of trusting, hey, it's here. It's here. Have that behavior. Have the behavior. Don't feel like you need to talk about it. It's there. And she genuinely had it. So that would be my next step, is trust. You have that behavior there, and then work off. And there was a moment where Ruby was kind of snarky. I own it. I understand that I'm being selfish or whatever. And that's a new moment. It's like, okay, you're being disrespectful right now. That's not okay. And once we can let go of that, trying to push how we feel on our partner, we'll be able to pick up on those little moments, and we'll be able to have more of an adjustment once we fully get out how we feel. And Angela had that in her behavior. So now what we work towards in next class is, hey, trust. trust and then work off. And we had a lot of trust, but we just didn't have enough that we needed. As I mentioned before, this is hard work, guys. They're doing something really intense, and they're not mother-daughter. When we look at acting, I think a lot of times we think acting is so easy. Memorize lines, you know, say it this way. I'm gonna yell here. I'm gonna start off with a strong moment, have a strong button. It's not just about that, guys. Yes, we need that. Of course, we need to have a strong beginning moment. We need to have a strong last moment, but ultimately we need to believe in the imaginary circumstance, and we need to work off it. It takes class after class after class to be able to really have that craft of being able to trust ourselves and work off. And they're really close, but you know, we're working towards it. And I want to say I appreciate both of them because they did a great job, and we'll work towards it, and we'll continue to get better and better, just like all of you guys. Okay, once again, if you want a free online class, please click the link below, and it was great having you, and thank you for both Angela and Ruby. We appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Bye.